Stephen Curry and LeBron James' bromance was on full display at the Paris Olympics, catching the eyes of the world. But it wasn't always like this. In one of the lengthiest friendship to rivals back to friendship stories, in this video today we're going to deep dive into the history of LeBron James and Steph Curry's relationship. LeBron James was born on December 30th, 1984 at the Akron General Medical Center. 38 months and 14 days later, Steph Curry was born at the same hospital. On March 28, 2008, LeBron James and the Cleveland Cavaliers arrived in Detroit for an upcoming road game. At the same time, the annual March Madness tournament was in full swing, and all eyes were on a rising star, the baby-faced assassin. Intrigued by the hype, LeBron decided to check out the young phenom for himself.
I wish y'all could have been like on our team bus when you hear these rumors like, hey, I think LeBron's coming to the game. Like, what?
Curry and the Wildcats didn't disappoint, pulling off a third consecutive upset as Curry exploded for 33 points. After the game, Curry gave a shout out to his new high-profile fan, saying, "It's pretty cool to give him something to be happy about, cheer about, and just entertain him." LeBron, equally impressed, praised Curry in his own post-game interview.
Yeah, he's good. He's good. I was impressed. Played really good against a very tough defensive mind in Wisconsin. He shattered them.
A few days later, the Cavaliers were on the road in Charlotte, and Steph Curry repaid the favor by attending that game. After the game, LeBron gifted Curry his game-worn jersey.
I still have a LeBron jersey on the wall in my bedroom.
Steph Curry and LeBron's friendship then blossomed, with Curry even becoming a counselor at LeBron's camp that summer at the University of Akron.
I think LeBron, like you said, went to his camp.
Later that year, on December 6th, LeBron James found himself in Charlotte again for the second night of a back-to-back, with tip-off scheduled at 7 p.m. But earlier that day at noon, Curry and Davidson also had a game against NC State. Faced with the choice of resting for his own game or attending Curry's, LeBron decided just 30 minutes before tip-off to skip his pregame routine and head to the Davidson game. Once again, Curry didn't disappoint, dropping 44 points, including a memorable 30-foot dagger to seal the game. Afterward, Curry thanked LeBron, saying, "I know the NBA has its superstitions and daily routines, so it was pretty cool for him to come." But something you guys might not know, however, is that Steph Curry actually pointed to LeBron after hitting this three. Stephen Curry and LeBron James faced off for the first time in the NBA on November 17, 2009. In that game, Curry finished with 14 points and 7 assists, while LeBron finished with 31 points and 12 assists, including this shot to seal the win for the Cavaliers. What's actually more interesting than this game is that the day prior, LeBron actually invited Steph Curry to come bowl in his house.
He's pretty solid bowler. I didn't have a chance. Yeah, I didn't have a chance that day.
However, the story of LeBron and Curry as we know it don't really begin until 2013. In 2013, LeBron James was on a mission to go back-to-back in the NBA Finals, while Steph was making a name for himself in his playoff debut. This was the playoffs that introduced the world to the human flamethrower that is Steph Curry.
Fires away,
And also the first time he's showcased his signature move, the no-look three.
a fake slides by.
While most people will remember the 2013 NBA Finals Game 7 for LeBron's dagger, I personally remember it as one of the foreshadows of LeBron's career. Amidst a sea of white shirts, one brave fan donned a Stephen Curry jersey. The following season is where we see our first viral LeBron James and Steph Curry moment. In the final matchup before All-Star Weekend, LeBron James hit this dagger before Curry responded with a dagger of his own. Before LeBron James did this.
Down to 5. Down to 3.
Make somebody else beat you.
3 on the way. He got it!
And it doesn't just end there. Off the court, LeBron and Steph Curry had their first off-court viral moment, showering each other with praise.
You gave me, you gonna give my point guard 3 hezzies? You gonna go here, and then here again? I'm like, damn. What?
You gonna wait though? You gonna wait till the...
Yeah, I'm not giving you the ball back. No way. No way.
That offseason, the LeBron James sweepstake was the talk of the league. The Warriors worked behind the scenes to try and score a meeting, but was denied by LeBron's agent, Rich Paul. LeBron then chose to return home to the Cleveland Cavaliers. In the 2015 season, despite a rocky start, the Cavs managed to turn things around and enter the playoffs as the second seed in the Eastern Conference. Meanwhile, Steph Curry's ascension was in full swing in the West. Under new head coach Steve Kerr, and with Draymond Green and Klay Thompson each coming into their own, the Warriors were the most winning team in the league, earning Curry his first ever NBA MVP award. They ultimately breezed through the playoffs and collided in their first ever NBA Finals. When asked about how the Cavs can slow down Curry, this is what LeBron said.
Same way you slow me down. You can't.
Curry, on the other hand, threw a little jab at LeBron, saying, "No disrespect to LeBron, but I want to be the first to bring a championship to Akron." Game 1 of the finals was everything a fan could ask for. With the game going into overtime, however, all enthusiasm was lost when Kyrie Irving suffered a season-ending ankle injury, joining Kevin Love on the sidelines. The short-handed Cavs put up a commendable effort pushing the series to 6 games, but Steph Curry and the Warriors proved too much to handle.
Curry steps back. Oh, Stephen Curry with some magic.
Despite the loss, LeBron's superhuman efforts made him a strong contender for the Finals MVP award. However, the league's tradition was to award the MVP to a player from the winning team. Ultimately, the voters decided to split the difference and award the Finals MVP to LeBron's primary defender, Andre Iguodala. On January 18, 2016, the 38-4 Warriors arrived in Cleveland for the first time since celebrating their championship. Before the matchup, Curry took a playful jab at the Cavs.
But inadvertently, Curry may have caused a bit of controversy. While innocuously answering a question about his memories, he said, of the locker room, hopefully it still smells a little bit like champagne.
And if LeBron wasn't bothered by Curry's Akron comments from last season, he certainly is now.
LeBron James wanted to talk about it this morning at Cavs shoot-around, but nobody asked him. He said he would have an answer to those comments tonight.
And an answer to it LeBron did not have, as the Warriors beat the Cavaliers by 34 points, trailing at 1 point by 43, the biggest of LeBron's career. It was such a beatdown that fans in the arena began falling asleep. The Warriors would finish the season 73-9, the best in NBA history, and face the Cavaliers for the second straight finals. The Warriors look as dominant as they did in the regular season, taking a commanding 3-1 lead. In the closing minutes of Game 4, Draymond Green received a technical foul, pushing him over the playoffs limit and suspending him for 1 game. The rest is history, as LeBron James played 3 of the greatest games in a row to become the only team to ever come back down 3-1 in the finals. During the series, the previous friendship of LeBron and Steph now seems a distant memory, with the two often jarring at each other. And LeBron seemed to especially enjoy blocking Steph's shots. LeBron, by leading both teams in all 5 statistical categories, earned himself the Finals MVP award. However, the history of the league would change forever that offseason as Kevin Durant joined the Golden State Warriors. LeBron and the Cavs, however, were unbothered to start the season, going 22-6 before facing the Golden State Warriors in a thrilling win on Christmas Day. The controversy this time, however, starts after the game, when this news dropped.
LeBron James, he had this Halloween party. We talked about it back during Halloween, but turns out LeBron actually had a dummy dressed up like Curry on the floor of the haunted house. The guests had no choice but to walk over when they arrived to the party. We just showed a picture of those cookies. We saw the tombstone.
The Cavaliers and Warriors met again in the 2017 NBA Finals, but this time with the addition of Kevin Durant, the Cavaliers looked more overmatched than ever. The Warriors won the series in 5 games, with Durant earning the MVP award. After Game 5, LeBron was seen comforting Kyrie Irving as they walked back to the locker room together. This would be the last time they walked back as teammates. Just 3 days later, LeBron James decides to end his social media exile by posting this dance video. A month later, at Harrison Barnes' wedding, Steph Curry was caught on camera mocking LeBron's moves on the dance floor. What fueled even more controversy was the fact that Kyrie Irving, LeBron's teammate, could be seen encouraging Curry from the side. Kyrie Irving, who had recently requested a trade from the Cavs, would soon be dealt to the Boston Celtics. Now, after Kyrie Irving's departure from the Cleveland Cavaliers, the talent gap just widens even more than it had already been. I mean, this was a real graphic they used during the NBA Finals. During the 2018 playoffs, the media discourse was constantly talking about the lack of help LeBron has gotten.
No one person has ever shouldered more and gotten his team to the finals. The lack of help, he'll never have a greater achievement.
Steph Curry was not a fan of this.
I hate when people say that. Like, they're NBA players and it's an amazing performance, but don't disrespect the other guys out there. They fought hard too.
In Game 1 of the Finals, LeBron played arguably his greatest game ever. However, a J.R. Smith blunder led the game to overtime where Steph Curry went for a layup, LeBron blocks it, and things got heated.
Just trying to finish the game out. He made a great block, started talking some trash, so I talked some trash back. After that, it's just a bunch of nonsense that has nothing to do with the game. Great effort all the way through, and we're standing an amazing performance by LeBron tonight.
The Cavaliers were ultimately swept from the series, and Kevin Durant earned his second straight Finals MVP. That summer, LeBron James left Cleveland for LA. The following season is a bit of a wash for both LeBron and Curry, with LeBron injuring himself on Christmas Day, while Steph made the finals again but dealt with injuries to his co-stars. That offseason, Kevin Durant leaves the Warriors for the Nets, while LeBron gains a co-star in LA. Now, at this stage in their career, there's kind of a role reversal, where LeBron's on the better team now, while Curry is the one putting up individual performances. After the Lakers beat the Warriors in a game, LeBron was asked if he felt bad about the Warriors.
I played them in the finals without Kyrie and Kevin. So, no.
In the 2020 All-Star Game, Curry was injured and not participating. In the closing minutes of the game, LeBron gets a goaltending call on a layup attempt. However, upon further review, the block actually seemed clean. Ayesha Curry posted this on Instagram. That season, the Warriors without Steph Curry and Klay Thompson missed the playoffs. However, LeBron James managed to win his first NBA championship since 2016. In the 2021 season is where the admiration for each other begins again. In one of the opening games of 2021, LeBron James, after shooting a three, seemingly does a Steph Curry homage.
LeBron James.
Well, Steph has definitely probably done it the most in our league. 10 times out of 9 is going in for Steph.
That year, LeBron picked Steph Curry for his All-Star team, with Curry even joining LeBron for his signature powder toss. Steph Curry, in game, then does an impression of LeBron doing an impression of Curry, even pointing at James after that shot, kind of reminiscent of earlier times. The Warriors and Lakers match up soon after in the play-in game. Curry finished with a game-high 37 points, but LeBron's team came out on top.
Green throws it back up top. James puts up the three. Oh, it's good!
The Warriors were then eliminated by the Grizzlies, while the Lakers were eliminated by the Suns. You know how earlier I was talking to you guys about the role reversal between LeBron and Steph? Well, that's going to be put on pause for a year as the Lakers decided to trade for Russell Westbrook. Now, if you want to learn about how the Lakers came on to that decision, I've made a video about that. But just remember for now that that's going to be on pause for a year. In the 2022 All-Star Game, LeBron James again picks Steph Curry. Steph Curry drops 50 points while LeBron James hits the game winner. Afterward, on his podcast, LeBron was asked about who he wants to be teammates with. This is his answer.
Steph Curry.
Yeah, that's the one.
Steph Curry's the one that I want to play with, for sure, in today's game.
Curry, on the other hand, downplayed the question.
Well, we got his wish, so he's the captain. He's picked me the last two All-Star games, so I don't know if that suffices, but I'm good right now. I will never be so far removed from the time like I was in Detroit playing in the Sweet 16 game, and this dude was maybe in his 4th or 5th year in the league, and he's coming to my game, supporting and cheering and doing all that stuff, even at the place he was at in his career is potentially the greatest of all time. Like, okay, if you take a fantasy draft and you're like building a team out, and you got what Bron can do and the way that I can shoot the ball, like obviously there's like a curiosity, like what would that look like?
The Lakers were soon after eliminated for playoff contention, while the Warriors would win their first championship since the KD era. Curry would also finally get his long overdue Finals MVP award.
I didn't know that little Finals MVP made you good now. Apparently that makes you good?
No, I'm not good yet because I got to go play for Coach Kerr in 24 in Paris. And
The following season, the Lakers turn around their season after the trade deadline, propelling them from the 13th seed to the 7th seed before facing the Warriors again in the second round. The Lakers would win the series in 6 games before being swept by the Nuggets in the Western Conference Finals. Next season, at the trade deadline, the Warriors made a run for LeBron.
And this just into Sports Center. Woj and Ramona Shelburne reporting the Warriors apparently tried to convince the Lakers to part with LeBron James on the eve of last week's trade deadline. The Warriors apparently had a full deal ready.
The Warriors failed to make the playoffs that season, and the Lakers lost to the Nuggets again. And people began to ask, is this the end of the Curry and LeBron era? By 2024 summer, the whole world was eager to watch the newly formed duo of LeBron and Curry in the Paris Olympics. None more so than Curry and LeBron themselves.
I know you two have been looking forward to playing together in a competitive setting. We saw the lob connection in that third quarter. How did that come together?
Despite Curry's early struggles, the U.S. breezed through to the semifinals.
I actually remember after we played Puerto Rico in the pool play game, I was doing an interview with one of the guys from the Bay Area, and positive self-talk came out. I was like, no, we're winning. I know it's going to come. I know a flurry's coming. And as soon as I said it, LeBron walks right behind me. He's like, damn right it is, like with his little baritone.
Just like many games before that featured the two superstars, their legacies were on the line. The U.S. had no answers for Serbia's hot shooting and was on the brink of elimination.
Need everything he's got. A foul and one.
However, for Curry and LeBron, this time a loss wouldn't uplift the other. They would fail together. Their legacies have intertwined. With the U.S. looking likely headed for elimination, Curry said, "Not today." And so did LeBron. And so did Kevin Durant and the rest of the team.
Curry got it.
The two put the team on their backs like many times before, but this time as teammates.
I think LeBron, like you said, went to his camp.
Are you gonna give my point guard 3 hezzies?
Never touched the rim. Curry with the 3.
Steph Curry's the one that I want to play with.
And Curry will lay it in.
The world watched as LeBron scored a triple-double and guarded Jokic down the stretch, while flamethrower Steph Curry led the U.S. with 36 points.
It's amazing to go back and look at where it all started. Ford Field in Detroit in the Sweet 16 game.
Culminating in a moment that will define an era of basketball.